So obviously, as most of you guys know, the Fallout Season 2 TV show is right around the corner. Like, we are getting that so much quicker than we think. Again, it's December 17th, and there have been a ton of teaser images. We've got a teaser trailer now, all that type of stuff to do with it, and it looks absolutely awesome. Like, when I saw the Deathclaw pop up in the Fallout Season 2 teaser trailer, I nearly wanted to shoot all garlic aioli sauce out of my private parts onto the screen. That is how beautiful that shit was, and I was so hyped by it that I said, you know what? I'm going to rewatch Fallout Season 1, and I've already rewatched it. I have watched Fallout Season 1 2 times up until this point, and 2 times is a lot in today's day when you go on Instagram Reels and you basically rewatch it again through memes and hard edits of the ghoul doing some crazy shit, whatever it might be. But I rewatched it for a 3rd time, and I have to absolutely say, this shit was so gas, bro. It is still a 10 out of 10 for me. Like, everything as a massive Fallout fan I could have ever hoped for, they did in the Fallout show. Like, there are so many awesome things, and when you rewatch it, you truly realize how great of characters the main trio are, of Lucy, Maximus, and of course the ghoul, which I just got on Pop, which is absolutely insane. Again, you can see here, I just randomly saw this shit in EB Games, which is Australia's GameStop. The ghoul with dog meat, there's a couple of them right there. And the ghoul is one of my all-time favorite fictional characters now. The way he's portrayed from top to bottom in the show is magical, and it is crazy good writing. Like, for all those people who may have doubted Jonathan Nolan as a writer, who of course worked on the Dark Knight movies and said it was mainly all his brother doing everything, and you know, he's not the real writer, all of this type of stuff. He truly came out here and decided to give the 2 middle birds to everyone who said that, and, you know, help produce one of the best shows I have ever seen. The Fallout Season 1 show, he was able to help make that, but also he was part of the reason we now have the ghoul in our lives, who is such a great fictional character for many, many different reasons. Again, first and foremost, obviously, the ghoul is a character who has been around for over 200 years. He's seen what the greats of humanity can be like before the war, to obviously seeing what the bads of humanity can be like. You know, for example, him serving in the war, which we hear about a lot in the show. Which, just a quick side note, would be awesome to see. I would love to see flashbacks of him serving in the war and just seeing what it was truly like. We really haven't seen much of that at all. You know, flashbacks to that. But obviously seeing how his whole entire life completely gets flipped upside down by his wife, who he absolutely loves with all of his heart. But then when he goes and, you know, snoops on her and realizes the tragedy that she's committing and what a terrible and disgusting person she actually is, his whole entire world is flipped upside down to 200 years later, where we see the ghoul turn into what he is. We've seen him go from Cooper Howard, a man with love for his family, to 200 years later, a man who has nothing, who is on a random vengeful quest, it does look like, to find something that we don't truly understand until the last episode, when we realize this whole entire time, the 200 years he has stayed alive, because he has one question, and that's, where is his fucking family? In his words, he says, where is my fucking family? He stayed alive this whole time on a vengeful quest to find his family, you know, find what has happened. I'm guessing he's going to confront his wife. We really don't know. But also, I think most importantly, he wants to know where his daughter is, and is she safe, and what is happening there. And that's all the great parts of that we're hopefully going to see in Season 2. Again, his great quest, he meets, you know, Lucy, who is such an awesome character, because she's one of the few female characters in modern day TV who's not this massive girl boss who, can do no wrong. Like, she has wrongs about her. She is so optimistic and thinks the world is so bright and dandy that when she gets out there, she, by episode goes along, she starts to see the world for what it truly is and loses kind of faith in what Voltec's mission has been, but she doesn't lose faith in hoping that the people can still be good, and there's some people still that are good left in this world. She knows the ghoul is broken, and she meets alongside, you know, Maximus, who is this great stoic man in her eyes, who she believes could be a man that has no wrong, and a man that, you know, in her eyes could still be what is putting her trust in people. But he's also a man with deep flaws that he somewhat admits to her, saying that, you know, he of course, what happened with his night that he had and how he died, Lucy doesn't see that as truly a bad thing. You know, it was kind of him or the night. But he has these other deep flaws, like you can see he has jealousy in just the first episode for other people being appointed squires while he has to go and clean up toilets. But also see that he wants to do the right thing and he wants to do it at all costs. But as the episodes go, you see some bad parts about him. You see some cracks here and there. You know, him with just no mercy, just stepping on Titus's foot and saying he's going to have to kill Titus now and all of this type of shit. You see some cracks here and there in his character, and it is truly interesting to see how it does unfold and how it goes. The three main characters are great. They are so perfect, and I'm so excited to see how they are going to expand upon this with Fallout Season 2, and that is going to be the awesome part, and I'm very, very keen to see how that, of course, does go. So much great things outside of that by Fallout Season 1, though. Like, the side characters are awesome. Moldava, getting to learn who she is and thinking she's kind of the enemy in Episode 1, only to find out she's this, you know, justice warrior who tried to create a peaceful civilization in Shady Sands, to realizing that Hank is a terrible man who preaches Vault-Tec being this good thing and rebuilding society and being prepared for the future and rebuilding all of that, just for him to be the reason that Shady Sands and the tens of thousands of people who live there are dead. And that is all because of him. So many characters with great plot twists. You know, the environment building is so good, and it really does feel like Fallout. I know some people have their little, like, disgust in the California parts where there are trees and stuff still left. You know, I've heard that as a little bit of a critique, is more probably of the word, because some of those people have only played Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, where there are no green to, like, see. Fallout 4, there's only a tiny bit of green, but we gotta remember there's still green out there. We've seen it in Fallout 76. Appalachia is, quite frankly, completely covered in green and grass and trees. But yeah, like, the world building to me is very Fallout-like, whether they like the green of California or not. There's much less green than what there actually is. It's 99% dull and deserted, destroyed, all of the above. So, I mean, yeah, Fallout Season 1 is perfect. I think it's a 10 out of 10 season. I absolutely loved it. There's not much about it I can really critique at all. Nothing is legitimately coming to my mind. I love it so much, and I love characters like the Ghoul. And I hope we get to see, you know, that was the main trio of Season 1, but they're kind of advertising, like, Dogmeat to be a main character of Season 2, which I'm excited to see. We know how great of a companion Dogmeat can be. And yeah, there's so many things I'm curious about for Season 2, so many things I'm absolutely looking forward to. Again, I'd very much like to hear all of your thoughts and opinions on this in the comment section down below. Please don't forget to make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for all the latest, you know, gaming, movie content, Fallout content, all of the above. Subscribe to my, of course, sports channel, which will be linked down below. My Instagram, which is this one. Go give it a follow. That will also be getting linked down below. But yeah, as I was saying, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.